This video is going to show how to download, that is, clone your Gitlab project onto a fresh machine. This can also be useful if for some reason your local repository gets just munged up beyond repair. As long as you haven't, if you don't have any work that you have not yet pushed to GitLab, then there's really no harm in just kind of blowing that away and starting fresh again. The other use case for this is that, let's say you've been doing your development on one machine, and for a variety of reasons you want to do it on another machine. Why might this be? Well, one possibility is you get a new and better machine and you want to start working on that with a minimum of disruption. Or maybe your old machine went belly up. And anyway, regardless of the reason, you can take your project as it is on GitLab and pull it down, download it to a new computer, or even download it to a different location on the same computer. That can sometimes be useful. So this, up until now, we've been doing mostly pulling and pushing. However, this is the one time you want to use something called clone. And so what we have is just in NetBeans. So rather than creating a whole new project, what you do is you go to Team. Again, I'm doing this on a Mac, and on Windows it should be somewhat similar. So under Team, Git, choose Clone. And now, as you can see, I have a number of different repositories that I work with, but you should make sure you select the one that is with this class. You'll probably see at least two, one from this class and one from the previous Java class. If you don't have your user and password all set up, then make sure that that's happening. Specify the destination folder. Again, if NetBeans projects is where NetBeans likes to put it. If you don't like that there, then you can hit browse and put it wherever you want. But I'll just, for the sake of this exercise, we'll just leave it where the default is. Okay, so hitting next. We select a remote branch. If that isn't selected, then we make sure to select it. Hit next. Again, just as one last check, there's the parent directory. We get one last chance to browse it somewhere else. The clone name, again, you can change the clone name if you want. And then make sure this is checked, scan for NetBeans projects after clone. Hit finish. And then it downloads it, and then we have an option to open the project. Okay, now opening the project, we can see that, SimKit is there. Our arrival process is there, and no red squiggly because it finds sim entity base. So that is how you clone to a new place. Okay, if you have done that on a different computer, and notice we had like one little commit there. If you go back to your other NetBeans project that on the other computer, as I've done here, notice this is on my Windows partition. Notice that that comment that I deleted before and then pushed is still there. So before I do any more work, I need to make sure that I'm consistent with what is going on with GitLab. So I need to do basically a pull. And it may or may not, notice, see the U here? That means that there's going to be an update. I'm going to finish. If there was a conflict, it would come up and complain. Okay, and now notice that that change that I'd made on the other machine has now been reflected here. So particularly if you're doing work on different machines, make sure that before you do any work, that you do a pull to make sure that you're consistent with what's happening on GitLab. Otherwise, you're going to get into that conflict hell that I experienced a little bit when I was trying to show something before. Okay.